let's get into a discussion which is basically listening versus hearing. We already saw just watching versus observing. Okay. So basically, through what do we hear? What actually hears? The sound waves reach through your brain through what?
Eardrum.
Ear.
Your eardrum, correct? But sometimes have you observed that even though somebody is shouting at you, you must have not heard, but you're somewhere else. Your ear is there only, but you're somewhere else. So what actually hears? Is my question clear?
Can you repeat?
Sometimes you must have seen there's a lot of disturbance around you. You still don't hear the disturbance, but you're focused on something. So what actually hears, I'm asking? Is it ear or something else? The ear is there only, right? Kan, हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना कान, कन्नड़ದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿವಿ ಕಿವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, but you're so focused, but even though there is disturbance, you're not hearing it. Why?
Conscious.
Conscious, sir.
You're conscious about that or the activity which you are doing. I mean, which you are trying to listen. Like you're consciously listening to it, so that you are able to um, remove all other like focus on one noise only, one sound.
Okay, at least you're trying something. Ketki ji.
Yeah, our mind gives a signal. Uh, I think so. Like depend on that, we can differentiate between listening and hearing. Because
Exactly,
sometimes
right
we
on the
listen
spot.
to songs and at the same time, yeah, we are listening to songs and at the same time we are doing study. So these two, like we can do together, but still we are focused on study.
Exactly. So she hit it right on the spot. It is not your ear that hears, it is the mind. The ear is there only. The ear is just a transducer. What is a transducer? It converts sound waves to electrical. That's the ear. Your ear is there only, but if your mind doesn't focus on the sound, that sound is no more a noise. Your mind may be somewhere else. Now we are discussing, although you may be passively hearing, but if your mind is somewhere, you don't receive it. So that's the difference between hearing and listening. Hearing means okay, some noise is coming, that's it. But listening means you'll focus. When your mind is focused, when your mind is focused on the words, it is listening. Simple. That's all. Whenever you're in a meeting, how do you get focus? How do you get focus on the listening? How? How to get focus in meetings? Anupji?
Concentration.
No. Tell some realistic things. Concentration, of course. But from a meeting viewpoint. Anupji, are you there?
We should take deep inhale and deep exhale. So
That was for speaking something.
be
Yes.
present and get.
Yeah, that was for speaking something. But here, if you want to bring focus in the meeting, what you should do?
Yeah, to pay attention on that particular thing.
How?
Interact with each other.
Exactly. Vivek is on the spot. Interact. What happens? The mind gets distorted. So don't take me wrong, Anupji. That day we were all discussing, but you are discussing with your friend on something else. What happened? Your interaction went somewhere else. So if you want to be part of the meeting, if you want to listen well, interact. Very important. Is that the only method? What is the other methods of listening? Interact was very good answer actually. It was very good. So keep this point in mind. Whenever you're in meeting, please participate. Don't be passive. Active participation is important. Okay, these lessons are going to go a long way for you. It's going to help you. Okay, which nobody taught us. Most of the time, what happens, if somebody calls for a meeting, you're simply passively participating. Do active participation. Very important. What are the other methods of listening?
Understanding.
Understanding is, of course, if you participate, you'll understand. But I'm asking, interaction was one very good answer. What's the other way?
Body movement.
Body movement. No.
Like
If you move your
moving.
body, it's like you'll be active.
No, like nodding the head, like if you understand, or
Nodding the head, you may be acting also. You may keep nodding whatever they are saying, but your mind is somewhere else. I'm looking at one important activity.
Concentrate.
Being proactive, sir.
How? Vivekji, tell me, you want to tell something.
By concentrating, sir.
Concentrating, of course. How will you get concentration there? So three ways which we learned is, of course, breathing and holding. You'll get focus there. Then interaction. The other one. Jayant, you want to say something?
Right posture in the meeting.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. Posture always matters. Posture always matters. What else? What else? One important activity I am expecting.
Presenting.
Very good. Very good. You are somewhere here presenting. This I didn't think about. Yes. If you present something, you'll be in the meeting for sure. Very good. Very good. These are some ways that you can actively be part of the meeting. You'll hear. Most importantly, taking notes. Okay, in the interest of time. When you take notes, automatically your mind will come to the present because you have to hear it na, to take notes. Okay, always it is good in a meeting, be the first person to volunteer to take notes. Why? Ultimately, you want that knowledge. Okay, the time that you're spending, you should get maximum results out of it means you have to be active in that meeting through asking questions while taking notes. Very important. If you are simply listening, you will forget it. Make it a habit whenever you go for a meeting, either take a notes on your mobile or on the book. Very, very important. Don't rely on recording and all. Because if you record, again you will have to go and see that. Instead, as far as possible, try to record in your brain and it gets recorded while you write it. You can easily recollect it. And typing, as I said, taking notes is through typing. I don't know how many of you are doing typing tutors and how far are you. Please do one lesson daily. It is for your good only, I'm telling. Okay, so active listening happens through the mind. It is not through the ear. Ear is just a transducer. If the mind is not in the present, you will not listen. Okay, and how to get focus? Of course, inhale deep, hold, exhale with an erect posture. Keep interacting in the meeting. You should interrupt. At least you say yes, I agree, something like that. And presenting and taking notes. So, this is one effective listening skill. It may sound very rudimentary, but it will go a long way. Wherever you go, you take a book with you, write the meaning. I would like to know what have you learned from this session from Ketki?
Okay, so we well like whatever we do, we have to like be focused on what is important for us. Like we have to differentiate between what is important for us and what is not, and whatever it is important, we have to focus on it, and by doing that, we can be like productive in while we are working.
Yeah, I think what you wanted to say was when you're in a meeting, be focused on it, don't do other things.
Yes, 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 sir.
So,
I really want to say that only. Yeah.
yeah, don't do two things. Just like saying for the heck of attending a meeting, don't do that. When you are come to a meeting, pay full attention to it and enjoy it. Most importantly, we are all here to enjoy every second because in our life, all that we have is only time. You may have $1 million, but if you don't have time, meaning if Yamraj is going to come and stand in front of your door saying that your time is over, the $1 million is of no use. Okay, so you will have only time with you. So having said that, in whatever you engage, whether you're talking to your parents or your colleagues, or you're watching a movie, or you're eating, or you're sleeping, or jogging, whatever, be in the present and enjoy that moment. That is why we are here. Good point, Ketiki. Shruti Ketiki.
When we want to focus on something, we should always not hear, we should listen with a mind. And also, like, it is very important when we are in the meeting or when we are actually listening to someone, it is very important to note down the things what we are listening actually.
Yeah. So is this something new that you guys are learning, or is this something that you knew?
It is actually new thing, sir. Actually, we would have listened to these things from anyone, but we would have not focused on these things. So when we realize that this is very important, then we will start focusing on these things.
Yeah, nice. Then comes Ankurji.
So we learned about various etiquettes of listening, uh, how to focus, how to what is the key points uh, in effective listening, like uh, erect posture, presenting, taking notes, interaction, presentation. So these all are the majority factors that lead to effective listening. You can say.
Yeah, yeah. So erect posture is very important because if you lie down and try to attend a meeting, you will be meeting some fairies in your dream. Okay, that's also a very good meeting that's happening, but it's in your dream. So your posture is very, very important. Right now, are you sleeping or you're sitting, Ankurji?
So sitting erect.
Very good. How is your breathing?
It's not that not fast. It's very slow.
Yeah, you should say it is deep and relaxing, calm
Yes.
and composed.
Yes.
Okay, going to Anupji.
So in this meeting, I learned what's the difference between hearing and listening, and also, and in the meeting you should be listening, and even in listening, how you are presenting, that's the main important. And there are various factors that involved in the focus. As you are presenting in here, I came to know all these things. So yeah, if we follow this, we will be active in meeting.
Yeah, yeah, stand out in the meeting, okay? When you go out for a meeting, you sit erect, okay? And keep looking at the presenter, whatever they speak, you note down whatever you didn't understand, some new keyword that you didn't understand. Okay. So that he'll ask any doubts. At that time you ask. It shows that you are listening. Okay. And you should stand tall. Everybody should get inspired by you, by seeing you in the meeting, because you have an erect posture. Everybody will be leaning on the chair or leaning front, bending down, scratching their head. Okay. Going, attending mobile in between of meeting. Very, very important. Okay. Avoid interrupts. When you come for a meeting, keep your mobile in silent mode. Don't attend to those calls if it is not so serious. Okay. They will wait for you. Very, very important. It's a sort of disrespect that we show. In between a meeting, you want to take a call. Okay. So that's the worst thing that can happen for anybody because when his timing is being wasted in a meeting. Why interrupts? Very nice. Vivekji. Vivekji has left there. What is he there? I think he is in bus. Should be okay. I think you have learned a lesson which is going to go a long way. Okay, keep this in mind. Anytime you attend my meeting, don't forget to take notes. That's why even I also type over here so that it's recorded. All right. So